Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time for this week's news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Thursday, June 7th, that's the date I want you to put on your calendar. International Wrestling returns to New York City's historic Times Square. The United States Freestyle team will face one of the top wrestling countries in the world as the featured competition for the 2012 Beat the Streets Gala and benefit. The London-bound USA men's freestyle champions from the 2012 U.S. Olympic team trials will represent our nation in the grapple in the Big Apple. Fans can see some of the world's best competing live on Broadway. Guys like Olympian and world champion Jordan Burroughs will check in at 163 pounds. He'll be joined by 185-pound Olympian and world medalist Jake Herbert. Olympian and world medalist Jake Varner will join in the fray at 211 pounds again. 264-pound Olympian and world medalist Travell Delagnev will see action, as will Olympian Sam Hazewinkle at 125 pounds. They'll all be joined by Jared Frayer, 145-pound Olympian from Oklahoma. Now, the details are still being finalized on the international team, and we'll release that perhaps next week. The event is free to the public again this year and will be streamed live on themat.com. It will also be shown on the single largest faced LED screen in Times Square. This year's Beat the Streets Gala will be held following the dual meet at the Roseland Ballroom, just a short distance away. But let's not get to the party too soon. Remember, this is the third straight year a major Olympic-style competition has been featured as part of the Beat the Streets Gala. Just last year, the United States defeated world champ Russia 5-2 in a dual meet held in Times Square. It marked the Olympic champion Henry Cejudo's return to competition and featured victories by Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner, both who went on to win medals at the 2011 World Championships. It was history in the making, as last year's event was the first sports competition ever held in historic Times Square. Thousands of fans packed the area and more are expected to return again this year. In 2010, an all-star challenge was held on the deck of the USS Intrepid, an aircraft carrier docked on the west side of Manhattan. Competition was in all three Olympic styles and featured numerous U.S. World Team members and national champions. Once again this year, a card of exhibition bouts will be included and will feature Beat the Streets athletes from middle schools and from the Public School Athletic League. We'll keep you posted on future episodes about this exciting event. Again, mark your calendar for June 7, and we'll see you in New York City. Well, the Olympic Games qualifying process has come to an end, and it did so just this last weekend with the final event in the series, the World Olympic Games qualifying tournament in Helsinki, Finland. The U.S., with 17 of 18 weights already qualified for London, had one entry in this last chance qualifier. 2005 world bronze medalist Justin Ruiz checked in at 211 pounds in Greco-Roman. Only the top two athletes in each weight class qualified their nation for the Olympics. Sadly, Ruiz lost a heartbreaker in the opening round to 2009 world champion Balsaz Kiss of Hungary in the first round, 1-3. 0-1. Kiss was defeated in the next round by Alexic Siurariu of Romania, ending his Olympic quest and also eliminating Ruiz from further competition. It marked the end of an around-the-world two-week tour for Ruiz and his coaches, who flew from the U.S. to China first for the world qualifier, then across to Finland for this final event. Then they headed home. National coach Steve Frazier talked about Justin Ruiz's tremendous effort in attempting to claim an Olympic berth for our country.
I'm proud of him for sure, but he just didn't quite have enough of what it took to get it done on this particular tour. China, he got beat by the Korean first match, and the Korean didn't make it through. And then in Finland, he got beat by the world champion from Hungary, and he actually got beat too. So quite a few people, when it was all said and done, quite a few world medalists, some gold medalists, did not qualify for the Olympics this year.
Well, with the qualifying process complete, it's official. The good news: the United States has qualified the most wrestlers to compete in the 2012 Olympic Games, more than any other nation on planet Earth. USA has qualified to compete in 17 of the 18 Olympic weight classes, 7 men's freestyle weights, all 4 women's freestyle weights, and 6 of the 7 Greco-Roman weight classes. Russia is in second with 16 qualified weight classes, all 7 men's freestyle weights, 6 of the 7 Greco, and 3 of the 4 women's freestyle weight classes. Kazakhstan is third with 15 qualifiers. In fourth, Egypt with 14 qualified weight classes. Tied in fifth now are 6 countries, 13 qualifiers each. They include Azerbaijan, Georgia, Iran, Japan, Turkey, and Ukraine. At this time, there are a total of 65 nations that have qualified to compete at least one weight class at the 2012 Summer Olympic Games. There will be a total of 344 entries in wrestling at the 2012 London Games, competing in the 3 Olympic styles. How exciting. There will be 6 additional Olympic berths to be announced now that the Olympic qualifying series of events has ended. 3 spots are assigned to the Tripartite Commission, and 3 spots will be given to host country Great Britain. The Tripartite Commission spots will not go to nations which have already earned wrestling qualifiers. Now, with the qualifiers done, complete focus will be placed on the preparation of the 17 U.S. athletes, with aim of getting every one of them on the podium in London. Here is the top 20 nations in terms of wrestlers in the 2012 Olympics. Let's take a look on a roll. Well, USA Wrestling has announced that its Greco-Roman education program will remain at Northern Michigan University in Marquette as part of the Olympic Education Center program. Founded in August of 1999, the USOAC Greco program has been a key reason for the success of the U.S. in Olympic-level wrestling. Rob Herman will continue to serve as head coach for the program, with Agazi Manukian as the assistant. There are currently 29 student athletes who are part of the USOAC Greco-Roman program. Coach Herman, by the way, continuing to recruit student athletes, top ones, talented ones, to participate in the program. Currently has several top athletes who are committed to attend next year. While the success of the USOAC program is well documented, both 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Adam Wheeler was a part of the program, as well as the 2-time world bronze medalist Justin Lester. Lester was one of the 6 of the 7 champions at the 2012 U.S. Olympic team trials in Greco who have been athletes at Northern Michigan. The others include Olympian Spencer Mango at 121 pounds, Ellis Coleman, also Olympian at 132 pounds, Ben Provisor, Olympian at 163 pounds, Olympian Chaz Betts at 180 pounds, and Olympic trials champion R.C. Johnson at 211 pounds. Well, USA Wrestling announced earlier that its women's education program, which has been an important part of the USOAC program at NMU since 2004, will now transition to Colorado Springs next year. The Greco program will continue at Northern Michigan. Greco-Roman Team USA looks forward to the future success of today's young stars who enrolled at Northern Michigan, aiming for the 2016 Olympics and beyond. Well, the focus now of Greco-Roman athletes is on the London Olympic Games in just a few short months. The first competition for the 2012 U.S. Olympic Greco-Roman team will be the Kirby Cup, an international dual meet against the Olympic team from Georgia. The event will be held in LaGrange, Illinois on Saturday, May 19th. The Kirby Cup is held in memory of the late Jacob Kirby, a U.S. national team member who passed away at the age of 25 in 2010. It'll be hosted in Vaughn Gym at Lyons Township High School, the school where Jacob Kirby attended. In last year's Kirby Cup, the USA beat a team of international all-stars in a dual meet by a big margin. Athletes competing in Kirby Cup for the second straight year include Olympian Spencer Mango at 121 pounds. At 145 pounds, Olympian Justin Lester. Ben Provisor, Olympian at 163, will see action, as well Olympian Dramil Byer at 286 pounds. They'll be joined by Justin Ruiz at 211 pounds, world team member. Local fans will be excited to see Chicago area native Ellis Coleman, the U.S. Olympian at 132 pounds, competing in his hometown community. The Georgian Olympic team will provide a stiff test for the U.S. The team is qualified to compete in London in 6 Greco-Roman weight classes, as I stated earlier in this show. Its top stars include 2008 Olympic champion Manuchar Karbekalia at 163 pounds and 2011 world silver medalist Manuchar Tchadia at 145 pounds. National Greco-Roman coach Steve Frazier talks about the importance of the Kirby Cup in preparation for the Olympics.
The Kirby Cup's important for a lot of reasons. One, it gives us another warm-up tournament, the first competition with our actual Olympic team. And that's good. Georgia's a very strong team, so it's going to be a great dual meet against us in Georgia, and it's in a great atmosphere, and it's commemorating or honoring one of our lost champion wrestlers.
The Kirby Cup will be broadcast on the Matt Doc TV with Jason Bryant calling the action. Fans, you can still purchase tickets online at KirbyCup.com.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Man, both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
Well, the USA Wrestling Veterans Freestyle and Greco-Roman Championships were held last week in Tucson, Arizona, alongside the annual Western Junior Regionals Championships. Adult wrestlers 25 years and older competed in 5 age divisions with national titles and All-American honors up for grabs. When it was over, 12 athletes in total won double titles, claiming gold medals in both Greco and Freestyle. One of the double champions, Chris Brown of Maryland, was named the Matt.com Wrestler of the Week based upon his performance there in Division D at 167 pounds. Brown won his 4th consecutive Veterans Greco title and 2nd straight Veterans Freestyle title. Brown has served as team leader for the past 3 Veterans World Greco-Roman teams, where he's won a silver medal and 2 bronze. There were 5 champions who repeated as Veterans National Freestyle champs: Brown plus Jason Goldman, Division B at 138 pounds, and Stephen Campbell, Division E at 213 pounds, Brian Jackson, Division C at 286 pounds, and Shirzad Ahmadi, Division E at 138 pounds. Ahmadi is a 6-time Veterans World Champion. There were 4 repeat Veterans National Greco-Roman champions: Brown and Goldman plus Andrew Bristow, Division B at 213 pounds, and Stephen Campbell, Division E at 213 pounds. Held alongside the always important event was the Western Junior Regionals, showcasing top high school stars from the Western states and from across the country, competing in both Freestyle and Greco. Now, there were 6 double champions at the Western Junior Regionals this year. You can expect to see many of these athletes battling for All-American honors this summer at the A6 Vaughn Junior Nationals in Fargo, North Dakota. Here are the Veterans National Double Champion and Western Junior Regional Double Champions on a roll. Last week, we promised you more of the exciting activities which were held alongside the U.S. Olympic team trials in Iowa City. Well, each year, USA Wrestling hosts its annual awards banquet right alongside the team trials event, where it honors top athletes, coaches, and volunteers for a job well done the previous year. Veteran announcer and USA Wrestling treasurer Van Stokes moderated the awards banquet once again, providing insight about each of the honorees. The 2 most important volunteer awards given each year are the USA Wrestling Man and Women of the Year, which recognizes individuals for outstanding contributions to our sport. This year's Man of the Year is Dave Barry of Hoboken, New Jersey. Barry has served as team leader for Greco-Roman for this 4-year Olympic cycle, including the upcoming Olympic Games. He's provided financial support to a variety of important Team USA projects in all styles. He serves as a steward for the Living the Dream Medal Fund and is a board member of the Beat the Streets in New York City.
These last 4 years have been just an amazing experience for me. My partner in crime, Mike Novogratz, we've just had an opportunity to meet a lot of great people.
Well, this year's Woman of the Year is Dr. Kristen Kells of Colorado Springs. Kells is a chiropractor with Freedom Chiropractic, which is affiliated with Maximize Living, the Wellness Advisory Council for USA Wrestling. Dr. Kells has taken a special interest in helping Women's Team USA attending the last 3 World Championships. She donates care in her office to national team athletes and has worked extensively with the staff of USA Wrestling. Dr. Kells volunteers at local wrestling tournaments and works with clubs and coaches to enhance their performance.
I just want to accept this on behalf of all of the doctors of Maximize Living that have really devoted themselves over the last 3 years to work with the athletes. And I want to thank Rich Bender and Mitch Hall in particular. And it's just, let's have a great year. And it's just been an incredible honor for me to work with the athletes.
Well, the 2011 Coach of the Year winners were on hand to receive their awards. The winner of the Terry McCann Award is a Freestyle Coach of the Year, Mark Manning, head coach of Nebraska and 2011 Freestyle World Team Coach. Manning, who coaches with the Sunkissed Kids, was also named FILA International Freestyle Coach of the Year. The Greco-Roman Coach of the Year was Sean Lewis, who won this year's award for the 4th time. Sean, who coaches the national champion U.S. Army team, was also a 2011 World Team Coach and coached 3 athletes who were World Team members. The Women's Coach of the Year was Kevin Black, who became the first women's coach to win the award for a 2nd time. Black, a club coach with the New York Athletic Club, was a 2011 World Team Coach. The Athletes of the Year were not all able to attend because they were competing in the trials. The 2011 Freestyle Athlete of the Year was Jordan Burroughs. He was at the dinner. A 2011 World Champion at 163 pounds, went unbeaten in freestyle for the entire season. The 2011 Freestyle Women's Athlete of the Year was Allie Bernard, a 2011 World Bronze Medalist at 158 pounds. She also won the World Team Trials and U.S. Open titles. Well, the 2011 Greco-Roman Athlete of the Year was Justin Lester, who placed 5th at the 2011 World Championships at 145 pounds. It was the top U.S. Greco-Roman performance at the World Meet just last year. Next episode, we'll report on a few other special awards presented by USA Wrestling. Well, one of the highlights of the Olympic Trials weekend at Iowa City, for high school wrestling fans anyway, was the annual Dream Team Classic held at Iowa City West High School the night before the trials. A U.S. All-Star team faced a team of Iowa Stars before a packed house of 1,500 fans. Many of the nation's top recruits, including numerous stars for major USA Wrestling events, were on display. When it was over, Team USA scored a dominant 40-7 win over Team Iowa. One of the key stars was Washington's Jordan Rogers, a Youth Olympic Games silver medalist and Cadet Nationals champion, who rolled to a 12-4 win over Jared Bartell of Team Iowa at 185 pounds. Rogers has signed with Oklahoma State.
I felt good. I mean, I felt a little gassed. Probably could have gotten, just gotten ready a little bit more, but it was a good experience. Just wrestling with all the guys on Team USA again. A lot of them were from Dream Duels as well, so it's a fun experience to get to wrestle with all the guys, from top in the U.S. and stuff.
Well, Mark Gray of New Jersey won his bout at 132 pounds, stopping Kyle Larson 3-1. Gray was 5th in the 2011 Junior World Championships in freestyle and now heads to National Power Cornell.
I mean, I wanted to go out there and just try to score as many points as I could. I didn't really achieve that, but I had a good funk scramble situation in the first, which got me 2, and I felt like my hands were good, but I didn't really get any tacks going, which I was a little upset about. But overall, as a team, I think we did good. We really fought every match and just did the best we could.
Northwestern recruit Jason Sertzis of Indiana dazzled the crowd with a 22-8 major over Iowa State recruit Gabe Moreno. Sertzis was a junior nationals freestyle champion just last summer.
It was a good time. A lot of people here. It got pretty loud in some matches, so the atmosphere was definitely there. And seeing all these all-star guys on my team, big names, you see them all the time in newspaper or magazines and stuff. Actually being with them was pretty fun.
Another top-ranked high school star, Jimmy Gilliban of Pennsylvania, beat tough Corey Clark of Iowa 5-2 at 126 pounds.
He's more of a defensive style wrestler, and he waits for me to shoot usually. So I mean, I just had to go in there and fire my shots off, and I didn't do so. I mean, I got a few shots in, but that's not the way you want to wrestle.
While Wisconsin recruit Philip Lau of host Iowa City West kicked off the duel with a 13-4 major decision over Gunnar Woodburn of Oklahoma. Devin Peterson of Wisconsin scored a reversal with 10 seconds left to escape with a 7-6 win over Taryn Phillips at 195 pounds. Cornell recruit Brian Rillabudu of New York downed Zach Witt 15-4, that at 152 pounds. And Iowa recruit Nate Skoczynski of Ohio beat Logan Mullenix of Iowa at 138 pounds in a wild 23-10 shootout. Other individual winners include George DiCamillo of Ohio at 120 pounds, Zach Brunston of Oregon at 160 pounds, Zach Nevilles of California at 170 pounds, Mike Corrales of Minnesota at 220 pounds, and Colin Bevins of Iowa at 285 pounds. Stay tuned, there's a lot more USA Wrestling coming up next.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, another very successful activity during the Olympic trials was the Friends of Freestyle Alliance Social held on the Iowa campus between sessions, the final day of competition. The large group of current and past Freestyle Team USA members, former wrestlers who have become successful in business, as well as dedicated wrestling fans came together for a good time for a short presentation about the new organization. 2012 Olympians Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner were there to meet the crowd and share their experiences. The mission of Friends of Freestyle was explained as to support the 3 stages of the life cycle of an elite international athlete: national talent identification, funding for the national team, and extensive program of mentoring and career guidance. Kevin Hummer, who heads the Friends of Freestyle Alliance marketing effort, talked about the new program during the social in Iowa City.
As you can see, it's growing. I mean, we had close to 100 folks here today. And, you know, it's starting out really basic by just organizing, you know, databases. Who were the past Olympians? Who were the past world team members? You know, just step one is organization.
Well, Chairman Jeff Waters spearheads the effort. He spent time during the Olympic team reunion dinner prior to the trials to provide more information about the organization and its goals.
These functions can be summarized with 3 key tasks. First is just providing an opportunity for fans with a common interest to socialize, support their team, attend matches, attend nationals, the camaraderie of wrestling. The second, which is critically important, is fundraising. Every program needs money to perform at the highest level. And the third, in many cases, to mentor the current athletes and help them with their post-competition careers.
Certainly we'll continue to provide updates on this exciting new initiative in the sport. Well, one of the great social happenings during the trials was the ASICS Fan Fest held downtown between sessions on both days of competition. Thousands of wrestling fans and local citizens came together to celebrate the sport and enjoy many things to do in the community. Well, fans were able to enjoy live music and interactive wrestling-themed activities browse merchandise vendors, enjoy family-friendly activities, and take part in Iowa City's celebration of Olympic hopefuls. Anyone who went downtown Iowa City knew that Olympic wrestling was in town and was able to have a great time with people from all around the country. We applaud the signature sponsor there, ASICS, as well as the local organizers in Iowa City for providing such a great activity for those at the trials. Well, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. The pictures are sent in by fans from around the country and are being considered for the contest page in USA Wrestler magazine and on our Facebook page. This week, our Photo of the Week is taken by Andy Nell. It depicts 9-year-old Matthew Nell sinking in a half Nelson at the Cedro Willie Steel Claw Tournament in December of 2011. You can have your photos considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest. Email them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Well, that'll do it for this week's program. We appreciate you watching each and every week. For all of us at USA Wrestling, good night.